Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron for the United States. In the last episode, in addition to all the various, research and production that we do as normal, we had the Penne incident with Japan. So relations with Japan are deteriorating somewhat, and Japan is at war with China, and it doesn't seem to be going that well for them. I mean, it's not going bad, but it's not going good either. And we also had Mexico join the Axis, which is an interesting development. We'll see what comes of that. Now, it was suggested in the comments that I go ahead and guarantee somebody like Czechoslovakia or Poland, so that, if the Axis attacks them, we can then go to war with the Axis and then invade Mexico. But I took a look at it, and for us to be able to guarantee, we would have to spend 550 political power, and we would need world tension at 100%. So that doesn't quite work yet, unfortunately. Now, Germany is demanding the Sudetenland, so that's going to send an event to the UK. We'll see what comes of that if the UK accepts or if they don't, because we do not have them on historical, so anything could happen. We shall see. And so, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and proceed on, and we'll see how things go. Now, what I did do off screen a little bit is I set up a couple of new ship designs. They're basically refits of Pennsylvania and New York class that basically upgun them to 16-inch guns and improve their engines, at least at the moment. I still am not exactly sure. Hold on just a second. Let's go ahead and concentrate on industry. Still not exactly sure at what point is a change in the design too much to upgrade. But we should be able to upgrade our New Yorks and Pennsylvanias. Let's see. So we're going to upgrade these guys to the refit New Yorks. It will take up to 463 days to complete, which should be fine. I don't think we're going to be at war with anybody we would need to worry about. Though I could be wrong. Alright, so here's my Pennsylvania class. Here's some Pennsylvania class as well. Converter cruiser hull. We probably need to think about converting cruisers to carriers. Potentially. But let's go ahead and upgrade all of our Pennsylvania class, because we're no longer constrained by the restrictions of the various naval treaties, so we can put as big a guns as we want on these ships. There we go. So it'll take a while to get those guys done. And they've actually got to go back to a major port. So it looks like they're heading back to San Francisco to do the upgrades. Which makes sense, because we're not going to be able to refit those guys at Pearl Harbor, because they don't have the facilities for it. Norfolk should, though. Escalator clause invoked. I'm not worried about escalator clause. Alright, so what are we taking? We're taking Louisiana maneuvers, which is going to get us some army experience so we can start making some adjustments to our army templates. And we are researching what? We're going to get improved machine tools. And I think I'm going to go for heavy tanks. T1 heavies. Because I think I'm going to go heavy tanks early. We can develop aluminum production. But I don't think we're going to worry about that. We're going to try and get the government improved. We need to get out of undisturbed isolation. We need to change our our trade laws. We need to change our conscription, but this should actually change the conscription, right? No, we have limited conscription. Never mind. We already did that.
Ready to move.
Now, we do have light tanks, and we are making them, are we not? Yes, we are manufacturing Stuarts. I should have a light tank template. I do. And we are training them. Though I need to make some adjustments to that template. So what I'm going to do is we're going to convert you into our light armored division. They're not going to have any tanks or motorized, obviously. But we can get them fitted out eventually. How are we doing for infantry equipment? We're actually pretty good. We're getting a good stockpile. So I'm actually going to back off on the infantry equipment a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and push out some more motorized and tanks. Also, we're going to need some rubber. We'll keep getting that from the Dutch. It's going to take 1,100 days to get the tanks produced. But hopefully we'll get our production efficiency up. That's what's really slowing us down right now. Alright, we're about to get direct ground support for aircraft. I think we're just going to continue on with the air doctrines. Let's see. Fighter Ace Initiative, Ace Generation Chance, Air Wing Mission Experience Gain, or Air Superiority Mission Efficiency, Air Wing Mission Experience Gain. I'm going to take the Mission Efficiency increase. So, at least from my experience, aces tend to generate on a pretty effective rate. This unknown focus. But the Sudetenland is not a part of Germany. And nobody's at war. So... not Not sure what happened there. Alright, Louisiana maneuvers is done. The Munich Agreement. Okay. German demands for the Sudeten territory in Czechoslovakia, which is home to a considerable German minority, have intensified. At a summit held in Munich, Germany, Britain, France, and Italy sought to find a diplomatic solution to the so-called Sudeten crisis. Czechoslovakia was not invited to attend. An agreement was reached in which Germany annexes the Sudetenland, but will not pursue any further territorial gains in Europe. Mr. Chamberlain spoke to crowds in London. For the second time, a prime minister has returned from Germany bringing peace with honor. I believe it is peace for our time. Okay, so they did accept. Alright, so Sudetenland is now part of Germany. Alright, 35% for Communist Party. It's at 31%. Okay. Rubber Reserve Company. There should be something in here that allows me to get factories. Reach out to the Where group. Financial export, consumer goods factories minus 5%. Shatter the empires and monarchism. Secure China. Unholy Alliance. Army of the United States. Mobilization speed plus 20%. Department of Defense. Support Rock Island. Escort fighters, tactical bombers. We need 58 senators to support. Plus 100% research for paratroopers, mountain infantry. I think we're going to go reach out to the Where group. Because they're going to get us some advisors that might be useful for us. Especially reducing those consumer goods factories. Because that's really what's hurting us a lot here. So, I mean, 129 factories being diverted to consumer goods. That's pretty nuts. Alright, production of motorized. Let's see. 106 days to deal with the shortage. 744 days. That's coming down. That's good. Production efficiency should be coming up. 0.2% per day. Senator speaks out. More senators are in opposition. That's not great. And I could burn some political power to try to get them on my side. But I'm not that worried about it right now. Let's see. I think I want to go ahead and prioritize some fighter production. We're also going to need some tactical bombers. Oh, there's the, our ships that need to be upgraded. Representative criticizes president. Yikes. Alright, so these are going to be done in 39. Sixth of November, 39. I think I might need more naval dockyards. And actually, I have a focus that will do that. But I need 58 senators and 261 representatives to support. Well, we'll see what happens once we're at 35%. 0.03. Alright, we can modify the government, which I'm going to hold off on that for the time being.
Attention.
You guys actually have any tanks yet? No, you don't.
Yes, sir.
I'm actually going to go ahead and give you a front. So that what I can do is tell you to join and deliver yourselves to Texas. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to crank the speed up. Because we just have a lot of time to get through here. See, when is this going to be done? 21st of September. Okay. Then we'll start getting some of these naval dockyards done, which will improve the rate at which we're going to be converting our ships. The Fourth International. A number of communist delegates from around the world met in Paris today for a founding conference, laying the groundwork for what has been known as the Fourth International. Calls for its formation have existed for years, with supporters of Trotsky's theories taking the lead. Stalin has responded to the growing support for Trotskyism abroad by ordering additional assassinations and increasing propaganda against his old rival. With the past purges of suspected Trotskyists in the high ranks of the Soviet military and leadership in recent memory, this is unlikely to be met with any resistance. Alright. Reach out to the Ware Group. Alright. Poland seeks Baltic cooperation. There is no outcome for us that does not risk yet more oppression of the Polish people. Following Poland's distancing from the international community, Polish politicians have been pursuing the ideas of a power between the seas. While the hope is to create an alliance stretching from the Baltic to the Black Sea, their stated priority remains to reinforce their position against threatening influences to both the east and the west. To this end, Poland is seeking closer bonds with their neighbors in the Baltic. So did they create... They've created their own faction. Okay, so they're not going to join the Allies. And their independence is not being guaranteed. Alright, so we should have new consumer goods factories minus 5%. Political power gain plus 5%. Stability plus 5%. Oh, I already had one that could do that. I did not realize. Oh well, we'll put them in there. And so that means that we should be using less factories, which means we have more factories available. Good. Alright. So... we still can't go for democratic socialism because we're not at 35%. We're at 33.41%. I don't think we're going to go for this just yet. We will eventually. Let's see, what does this do? Economic cooperation. Are there any more research slots we can go for? Yes, but no, not there anyway. There is a research slot, but we can't get to it. I really want that. Alright, but I think what we're going to do... is we're going to go support Rock Island. To get some bonuses for support technology. We can still modify the government. Let's switch to export focus rather than free trade. So that should allow us to keep more of our resources. In fact, let's take a look at trade. We probably don't need to be trading for steel now. Concentrate industry 2. Yep, we no longer need steel. Do I need... and we need less chromium. Alright, so that frees up more factories. Alright, so we got concentrated industry. Fuel refining, which increases our refining rate for fuel. Extraction. We're not 1939 yet. We are in 38 though. So let's go ahead and improve our infantry. Browning machine guns and M2 60mm mortars. Alright. Grab those. We'll be getting T1 heavy tanks and our new naval doctrine in a few days. Alright, we are now making surplus motorized, which is good. We're still behind on light tanks. Alright, mass strikes is done. Heavy tanks are done. Oh. Go for floating fortresses, battleship organization, capital ship armor up. Research that. And well, I'm going to go for heavy tank destroyers. Actually, we are going to want heavy tank destroyers. We're also going to want light tank destroyers and light self-propelled artillery. Yes, light self-propelled artillery. Let's go for that. Oh yeah, so we have the... Why are these not... Why is my mod not enabled? Okay, I'll have to fix that at some point. Alright. But we're going to need to modify this a little bit. Senator retires. Firing a minor heart attack. A senior senator announced that he'll be retiring for health reasons. We lose 8 senators. Let's just make some adjustments here. Combat with 20. Perfect. Save it. And there goes our 20 army experience. But that should be a good template for our... infantry. Now, those are National Guards. These are actual infantry divisions. We fortunately had the artillery in reserve. Okay, so that did not impact our divisions that much. And you still don't have any tanks. That's odd. Mobile defense is done. Representative speaks passionately in support of the government. 25 representatives switch to support. Alright, good. Dispersed support or integrated support. Assault attack plus 25%, organization plus 10. Recovery rate plus 20. Now we're going to go with integrated support. You definitely have some guys that could use some work. So do you. Alright, go ahead and exercise.
Commands.
Same thing here. That will use up some equipment.
Ready to move.
Why are we losing light tanks? We shouldn't be losing light tanks.
Attention.
Oh, because we just got a new division. I see. One finished training. That's... I would have thought that it would have been balanced to reinforcement so that we would actually get tanks out to these guys. Oh, there we go. They do have tanks now. We're losing some artillery and support equipment. Probably want to get those production, that production up. Elections in Congress. Every 2 years, a third of the Senate seats and all the seats in the House of Representatives are out for election. While often overshadowed by world events, the local situation in each constituency can sometimes make the difference. After all the votes were counted, the faction in support of the government gained 8 seats, and the Senate gained 58 seats in the... Okay. People have spoken. Alright, so we have a lot more support there. Do I have enough to do this? I have enough representatives, but not enough senators. Let's see. Pay farm subsidies. We'll get consumer goods factories 3%. Up to 5 senators will support. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. Pay farm subsidies. It'll cost us some factories, but we'll get some support. Alright, let's go ahead and get the T-56 GMC. Light tank destroyers. Support Rock Island. Fate of Czechoslovakia. German troops crossed into Bohemia, Moravia recently, ostensibly to restore order in the regions in the wake of the collapsing Czechoslovakian government. In Prague, the occupying forces announced the creation of an autonomous protectorate within the German Reich. A second protectorate, centered around Slovakia, was also announced in Bratislava. All of Czechoslovakia has effectively been annexed into Germany. Alright, so Czechoslovakia has been annexed. Alright, heavy tanks. Let's get those in there. And here are M8 HMCs. Let's see, effects when selected. That got us 47. We need 58. Nowhere even close. We can go to democratic socialism. Politics will change. Communist Party USA becomes the ruling party. Public elections will be held. Change in popular communism 25%. Go for it. Do it. We're going for it. And I don't know how that's going to change the math on Congress, but we'll see. All right. USS Arizona, USS California. fall of Nanjing. The capital of the Republic of China, Nanjing, has been occupied by forces from the Empire of Japan. Despite fierce resistance from the walled city's Chinese defenders, Japanese troops managed to capture the Zhongshan Gate and fought their way into the city. Sporadic gunfire can still be heard, and several fires are raging in different parts of the city, but most surviving Chinese forces have either withdrawn or been captured. Along with the capture of Shanghai, this is a significant victory for Japan in their war against China. Yeah, they are definitely making significant progress. So that should be over relatively soon. Small lobbying effort. I'm not going to worry that much about it right now because I want to see what happens when we do this. We don't know what they're doing. We probably need to start working on our encryption and decryption, because that is also a significant factor in our ability, or in the ability of our troops to fight properly.
Ready to move. Commands.
Alright, but we are at the end of the episode here, so we'll go ahead and stop here. We'll see how things go next episode. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.